Hey guys, what's up? It's Chinchilla Notebook here, and I'm so glad that it's finally summer and warm outside. We've had a long winter, one that has lasted way too long. So the summer I'm welcoming very gladly. The only part is I'm going to be gone, like half the summer. So these videos are pre-recorded, pre-filmed, just so that I don't fall behind on my weekly uploadings. So yeah, if you guys wanted to know that tidbit of information. Anyway, so I recently told you that I ran out of ideas, like, of what to film. Like, I wasn't very inspired, but you guys gave me some pretty good ideas, so I thought, you know what, let me just do one today. So today's video is going to be the weekly, monthly, and yearly cost of owning a chinchilla. I know everybody shops differently for their chinchilla. They buy their stuff at different places, pay different prices, and buy them in different quantities. So I'm just going to tell you what I buy. I'm a kind of a weird chinchilla owner, so I realize that there might be people who do this differently than me, so I'm just going to be telling you my way of doing it. And also excuse the messy cage. Like I said, I'm a person who likes to film first and then clean his cage, which is totally backwards because, you know, no one likes to look at a dirty cage like this. But anyway, so yeah, I'm just going to kind of jump right into it. So the first thing I get for him, which is his hay, I buy everything in bulk pretty much. I buy everything at once, and I'll usually spend a ton of money at once. So that's at one kind of time of year that I'll spend a couple $100s on everything that he needs. So I don't really buy things weekly or either monthly. I just, you know, buy them okay, he's like in between. He needs to move. You need to make up your mind, Merlin. Anyway, so I'll just tell you the hay. I buy Merlin hay every 3 or 4 months, and I buy it from Basin Feed and Supply. It is $20. Basically, I could buy it from the pet store. It's just a lot more expensive there, and I just don't prefer to get it there. I actually threw away the bag because it all fit in his container here. But his hay, I do pay $20 every 2 or 3 months. It depends, because I buy a humongous bag. Like, it lasts me a long time. That's $20 in a year. I think I would spend like maybe $60 or $80 on hay. It's not that bad for one chinchilla, and he loves his hay. He gets it every day, so yeah, that's a pretty good price. And I get the All Living Things brand. I will sometimes switch it. I forgot the name. I think it was Sensation. I like that brand, but then they discontinued it from that store, so I started buying All Living Things. But that's the hay I buy. So if you have a chinchilla, if you have one chinchilla, depending on where you get it and what brand you buy, it's usually around $60, $80 each year for hay. I mean, that's how much I spend on hay. And next is the food, the pellets. So like this. This is the big bag that I buy. I used to buy them in like 10-pound bags. Actually, you know what? I think this is 10 pounds. Yeah, this is 10 pounds, but I buy 20 pounds at once. So I get my pellets off Amazon. It is the, can't really show you. Here you go. I'll just put it down here. The Chinchilla Essentials Adult Chinchilla Food by the brand Oxbow, and my AC just turned on. That's wonderful. Anyway, so this is what I get, and I buy it in huge bulk. This lasts him literally all year. I buy food once a year, and his other 10-pound bag is almost done. It's the rest, what remains of that 10-pound bag is in here, so that should last him a while, and then he has to go through this whole entire bag. But I usually spend $40 on 20 pounds, so 20 on 10 pounds, and I just have one chinchilla, so there's no reason for me to really buy that much food, but it does last forever, and I don't need to order as often. I have Amazon Prime, and that's where I get it off. At the pet store, it's so much more expensive. The same brand, except a lot more for just 5 pounds, so I like to buy it in bulk. It tends to be cheaper. I usually spend $40 or I think I buy food probably once a year. I mean, food lasts for him a long time. I don't know. Maybe once a year or every 9 months, but usually I'll spend $40 and that's it. I do realize that it doesn't seem a lot in 1 year, like 40 bucks, that's it. But I don't know, it just lasts me such a long time, so there's no need for me to really buy more. But it depends how much your chinchilla eats. I feed my chinchilla 2 tablespoons. That's the healthy amount to feed your grown male chinchilla. So, yeah. that's for the food. The next is dust, and I used to buy it from the pet store for 10 bucks for 3 pounds, and I found an online store, AZ Chinchilla, there you go. It's from Arizona. It's a little chinchilla shop in Arizona. There's a ton of little chinchilla shops. I'll probably do a video on great chinchilla websites because there are so many out there. But basically, this is the first and probably the only time I'm ever going to order because shipping is a ton from Arizona to Washington for some stupid reason. I bought 20 pounds for $10. Or was it 10 pounds for $20? Okay. I think it was I think it was 10 pounds for $20. Yeah, that's what I think it is. I'm kind of confused here, but basically it was a way better deal than the pet store, than those little jars that you can buy on the pet store and on the Amazon. And this dust was the same as Blue Cloud dust. And it's really nice. I only opened 1 pack, so I still have a ton left. And I bought this last March. It has lasted me more than a year. And so dust, I change it every month or so. So really, I buy dust so sparingly, and I spend $20 on it for that. But that's because I get it at a really good deal. If you buy it from the pet store, I found myself when I used to buy it from the pet store, I used to buy it all the time, and I would buy it constantly, every 2 months and every 2 months, again and again and again, until I found this website where you can get it for such good price. You know, you spend less and you get more. So that's where I get my dust from. So typically in a year I'll spend 20 bucks on dust. I know, it's a pretty good deal. As far as chew toys, I buy chew toys every 2 weeks or every month, depending on how much I buy. I try to keep his cage as interesting as possible. And chew toys, I'll spend either $10 or $20. It just depends on where I get them. Chew toys are a must. If you have chinchillas, you gotta constantly be buying chew toys, or just buy them in a huge bulk, because, you know, they're very mandatory. Some people think that you can just buy food, hay, and dust, and that's it, but that's really not true. You need to buy more than that. So yeah, chew toys are a must, and I typically buy them every 2 weeks. That's the most frequency that I put into it, frequent time. Plus, I make chew toys. I make my own sticks from outside, so that's cheaper too. I guess I save money on that. I don't have to buy wood at all because I already have it. So the next is huts, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I never buy my chinchilla new huts, like very, very rarely. He's had this hut since the day we got him, and then that wood back there used to be a hut, and I bought that from Amazon a while ago, but he like chewed it to pieces, literally, and he's hiding because he doesn't want to be seen. Anyway, but huts, I would buy them every year. I usually buy 2 or 3. I try to buy 2 or 3 just because I want to renew the huts, and he's like, no, I'm not going to be in the camera today. Anyway, so huts, I would usually, because huts are usually $10, so I would get maybe 3 huts every year. That means 30 bucks, 35 with tax if you want to be all technical. And I know why he's hiding. He's going to the bathroom, that little stinker. Anyway, yeah, huts are about $30 each year. And fleece, I just bought him new fleece, but typically $15 on fleece is what I'll spend yearly. I have yet to buy new fleece for this layer, but yeah, that's how much I spend on fleece. But if you have bedding, paper bedding, wood shavings, all that, it is going to cost you a lot more. I remember when I had bedding, I used to spend so much money on it. It was so crazy, and my chinchilla would waste it all the time. So I learned just to use fleece. It's so much cheaper, but if you have bedding, it's going to be a lot more money. It's going to be probably $100, $150 each year, because you need to buy bedding very often. Because chinchilla's cages are pretty big, so I gotta fill it all up. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the video. That's all the costs I can think of. As far as treats, I buy them from the grocery store, and I buy barley oats. I'm sorry if you can't see. Barley oats. I have some goji berries up here, so I buy those. I don't know, I wouldn't say sparingly, but yeah. Anyway, that is pretty much it for the video. Pretty much in 1 year, I spend, let me do the math. I didn't really calculate this all up. I probably spend $200, $300 on him every year, which is not that bad. You know, I didn't even include the wheels, water bottles, the actual cage, storage containers, amongst other things in the cage. I can't really think of anything, but that is pretty much on just mandatory basic stuff, necessary things, that's what I spend. And then I'll decide sometimes to spice up his cage, redecorate it, buy him more expensive chew toys. And so I think it's safe to say I spend $300 or $400 a year on Merlin. This is just one chinchilla, so obviously the more you have, the more expensive it's going to be. But that's how much I spend on my chinchilla. Anyway, I know everybody spends differently on theirs, and sorry again for the messy cage. And yeah, so that's pretty much it.